Imagine waking up one morning and finding humanity vanished, no messages, no cars, no voices. A strange calm settles everywhere, and the familiar rhythm of daily life stops instantly. At first, cities and roads look unchanged, but beneath this silence, a slow, natural revolution begins. Without maintenance, rules, or routines, the world itself reclaims its stage, and nature quietly prepares its return. This script explores, in vivid detail, how Earth would change in the hours, years, and millennia following the sudden disappearance of all humans. In the very first years, a profound transformation starts at ground level. Weeds and grasses push through sidewalks, roots split open driveways, and vines claim fences and abandoned homes. Urban parks blend with wild fields as carefully curated gardens become jungles teeming with insects and small mammals. Squirrels scavenge supermarkets, birds nest in traffic lights, and raccoons explore empty restaurants. Nature's resilience emerges as cities transform from places of order to sprawling, living mosaics. With human absence, animals venture further into once intimidating environments. Foxes slip through open doors, deer graze undisturbed in residential yards, and birds fill the air with new songs. The air clears as pollution rapidly drops and previously rare plants take hold. Swarms of bees, butterflies, and beetles find new havens, revitalizing collapsed food chains. Anyone witnessing this change would marvel at how quickly wildness reclaims what was meticulously maintained. Buildings deprived of care begin to falter. Moisture seeps in, paint peels, and glass shatters in the wind. Rain infiltrates roofs, and mold spreads in kitchens and bedrooms. The protective barrier of civilization crumbles as rodents, bats, and insects infest crumbling structures. Nature's patience, steady and unstoppable, is just getting started as it sets the stage for deeper evolutions. A decade without humans, and the skeleton of our civilization grows brittle. Iron beams rust, concrete crumbles, and bridges begin to sag and fall into rivers. Underground subway tunnels flood as pumps no longer keep water at bay, creating hidden lakes beneath city streets. Roadways crack, buckled by the growing power of plant roots and expanding tree trunks. Electrical grids, without maintenance, suffer short circuits and finally go dark for good. Skyscrapers lose their battle against entropy. Windows fall from upper floors. Elevators hang useless, and facades crumble as weather relentlessly batters exposed steel and concrete. Wildlife takes over. Pigeons roost in the upper stories. Bats flutter in abandoned attics, and small mammals nest in forgotten corridors. Entire neighborhoods vanish under canopies of green and monuments. Once permanent, begin to blur into the landscape. Nature also claims what humans buried. Sewers overflow, waste treatment plants fail, and rivers meander, reclaiming land once forced into submission. With each passing year, humankind's mark fades beneath relentless waves of rain, wind, and sun. The transformation is both beautiful and brutal, an unstoppable undoing of human order that asks, what comes next? As the decades roll on, animal populations soar. Wolves and coyotes prowl city centers that have become lush forests, hunting deer and wild boar in silence. Bears reclaim territory lost generations before, foraging in what were once grocery stores and suburban backyards. With the pressure of roads and fences gone, migration routes reopen, restoring ancient patterns to bird flocks and herds. Bird life explodes in urban ruins. Swallows dart through broken windows, raptors nest atop crumbling towers, and herons wade in flooded subway stations. Dogs form wild packs, evolving quickly to fit their new circumstances, while formerly domesticated cats revert to cunning hunters. In parks and plazas, blooming wildflowers support butterflies, bees, and beetles, bringing color and buzzing energy to abandoned city cores. The ecosystem, freed from pesticides and pollution, becomes more complex and robust. Natural cycles of predator and prey restore balance, and even threatened or nearly extinct species gain a new chance. Overgrown gardens and empty fields host an explosion of diversity. Living proof that nature, given the smallest opening, thrives far beyond human imagination. Centuries without humans and water's slow, persistent power reshapes everything. Dams and levees, once carefully managed, break down and release rivers and lakes from their confines. Low-lying areas become swamps or wetlands, while once fertile valleys flood and forests become marshlands. Ancient rivers return to their ancestral paths, and new lakes form in abandoned city basins. With water on the move, coastlines change too. Ports and harbors erode, seawalls tumble, and tidal marshes flood city blocks. Fisheries reappear in places where concrete once reigned, and amphibians, turtles, and fish populate newly created wetlands. Islands emerge from the ruins, while other land disappears forever under rising water. This aquatic resurgence brings new life and new dangers. Alligators, otters, and waterfowl thrive, but some mammal and bird species fade away as their habitats transform. Water, once controlled and contained, reclaims its dominance, shaping the future of wildlife and erasing the most persistent boundaries drawn by human hands. Half a millennium passes, and even the mightiest structures begin to yield. Steel skyscrapers, stripped of their protective coats and eaten by rust, buckle, and crumple. Stone monuments, like the Statue of Liberty or the Eiffel Tower, wear down under centuries of wind, rain, and freeze. Collapsed piles of masonry and twisted metal become miniature mountains for plants and animals to colonize. Nature spares few human artifacts in its sweep. Forests overrun former business districts, and vines envelop what was once solid marble and granite. Only the toughest stonework pyramids, some temples, and mountain carvings survive, battered but persistent, half swallowed by landscape and time. Each fallen monument births new ecosystems. Pools of water gather in collapsed domes, supporting frogs and dragonflies. Dense thickets rise where factories fell. These time-worn ruins become the planet's newest habitats, evidence of a lost civilization that is now almost myth. Above and below, human technology finally surrenders. Satellites once circling high above Earth lose speed and drop, burning up in the atmosphere or crashing in empty oceans or forests. The night sky sparkles pure, untroubled by artificial stars. On the ground, nuclear reactors, long since cracked by weather and plant roots, erode and begin slow, natural decay. Most radioactive material is eventually entombed by soil, though a few hotspots persist, marked only by strange patterns in the surrounding plants and animals. Without engineering oversight, concrete shields break apart and cores cool, releasing faint traces of their former power. Nature, however, adapts. Bacteria and fungi evolve to handle even these extreme environments. Left unchecked for thousands of years, forgotten technology fuses with geology. Wires mingle with roots. Plastics break down into soil, and iron and copper join mineral veins. Millennia of rain, wind, ice, fire, and sediment bury once mighty symbols of human progress under layers of earth and mystery. 10,000 years later, the planet has almost no trace of the civilization that once covered it. Only a few stoneworks and faint geometric shapes seen from space hint at what was here. Most cities are forests or wetlands. Former industrial zones are indistinguishable from wild plains. The animals and plants thriving now are those best adapted to a world without roads, machines, or crowds. Ecosystems are rich, varied, and utterly reshaped by the changes of the preceding millennia. Surviving species have evolved, filling niches left empty when humans disappeared. In some places, new megafauna or superpredators may have arisen. Elsewhere, quiet forests or grasslands dominate. The air and water are pure, cycles of life intense and unbroken. As for humanity, our legacy lingers in scattered artifacts, a few cave paintings, and, perhaps, in the DNA of species we once tended. The Earth thrives in our absence, spinning on wild and ancient as before, proof that no matter what we build, nature always writes the last chapter. The disappearance of humanity would set off a transformation both profound and beautiful. As nature methodically reclaims every structure, every city, every trace we ever left. Over years and centuries, animals would return, water would redraw the land, and our greatest monuments would slowly dissolve into earth and memory. After millennia, the planet would thrive, its forests dense, its rivers wild, and its air clean, as life adapts and changes without us. Our stories, inventions, and dreams would fade, but nature's strength would remain, endlessly rewriting the future. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to Curious Zone, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss more mind-blowing facts like this. See you in the next one.